Venus. Welcome to this lecture. It has been seen that phosphine has been found on the Venus, and in the production of phosphine there are two cases. So normally that we have found on Earth, the formation of phosphine has two cases. So in one case there is life is involved, and just scientists are guessing as whether the life is on Venus exists or not, whether the life was there or could life can survive on the Venus planet or not. So moving ahead with this lecture, it is from the current affair topic. So what is Venus? What do you know about the Venus? So it is the second closest planet to the Sun, and in the that present in our the solar system, and is often referred to as the Earth's twin. Even sometimes from the Earth we can see Venus in a color of red and orange. Why? Because the Earth's twin, because its size and shape are very much similar to that Earth. Okay, so and one more important thing to note, that it has no satellite, as like we have a moon. So it has no satellite, and Venus is considered hostile to life as it is the hottest planet in the solar system, with the surface temperatures being above 460 degrees Celsius. Okay, because it is a more nearer to the Sun. It possesses a dense atmosphere of carbon dioxide, which is nothing but our greenhouse gas, as greenhouse gas is trapped in our atmosphere, that is carbon dioxide. So when the sun hit and touches our Earth's surface, ultimately when it goes back, it again get reflected due to the CO2 present in the atmosphere, and thus our atmosphere get heated. That create again greenhouse issue. So this thing we will see in geography lecture. Okay, the presence of sulfuric acid in its atmosphere makes it a highly corrosive environment. This is one of the point to note about the Venus. Moving ahead, so the phosphine has been found on the Venus planet. The formula of phosphine is pH3. So how this pH3 is formed? How can we say that? Why we are thinking like when the phosphine has been found on the Venus, so why we are talking about life on Venus? It is because currently on Earth we that phosphine are produced by two processes. One, it is produced by the industries, and the second is produced by the anaerobic bacteria. Okay, so industry is something like if something is industry is producing some product, so may they need phosphine and all. So that's why we are telling us that one source is industries and another source is your anaerobic bacteria. Okay, what is anaerobic bacteria? Anaerobic bacteria are those bacteria which does not require oxygen. Okay, so that's why we considered it that the two forms of phosphine formation, and this is the reason that anaerobic bacteria present on the Earth. That's why we are talking about life on Venus. Okay, but just remember one thing, Venus is not like Earth. The temperature of Venus is very huge. It is not like the Earth, so we can't be sure that this presence of phosphine on the Venus planet is because of this anaerobic bacteria. We can't expect industries on Venus, so the another option that we left is anaerobic bacteria. Okay, so that's why we can't be sure 100%, even I will say not 50% sure also, that the presence of bacteria is there, because the environment of Venus is completely different from the Earth. Okay, but the scientists are researching on it. Okay, and the third possibility for phosphine in Venus may be some kind of chemical reaction, because maybe some chemical reaction is going on Venus that leads to the formation of phosphine on the Venus that we don't know. Okay, that we don't know. So this is the third possibility that have been guessed. So till now we know that phosphine is formed like when it reacts with CO2, and when it reacts, so it depletes very fast. Okay, so further, Venus has huge carbon dioxide clouds, so there might be a situation, their chemical reaction is going on Venus that we don't know, as I've explained just now. And the temperature of Venus is about 460 degrees Celsius, so it is very high from the Earth. In summer only, some regions experience only 50 degrees Celsius, and at that time it is if you keep paper there, then the paper will be roasted in those kind of situations. Okay, so just imagine it is 460 degrees Celsius, so that's why we can't be sure that presence of phosphine is a symbol of life on Venus. Okay, so what are the probes that has been steps taken by the different countries, or some research is going on the Venus? So recently European Space Agency launched Venus Express. Remember this thing with the current affair topic recently with this government exam. So European Space Agency launched Venus Express, then Japan launched Akatsuki, and other missions, Parker Solar Probe. It is one important one where they used the gravity of Venus to reach to the sun. So it is something called gravity boost. It is something like if you are sending one satellite, okay, it is something a satellite, and there is your one planet and it has its gravity, and here is your sun. So when it's enter into its gravity, so some calculation is done that its gravity will throw this satellite to the area of the required planet or sun and all. Okay, it is something like it is acting as a fuel. Okay, if you push a car, what will happen? Your car will move. Ultimately your pushing is what? Your pushing is a fuel for that car. Okay, if your car does not have a petrol, then your pushing of the car is acting as a fuel for that. Similarly, that gravitational force of the Venus acted as a fuel for that satellite, and ultimately this Parker Solar Probe satellite entered into the sun. Okay, so that in that manner it helped. And gravity boost used that is something that I've said, that gravity boost was used the energy of another planet as a resource to travel. And recently like ISRO is planning to a mission to send to Venus by the next year, that is your 2021. Hope so it will be launched. And formally there is no name for that mission, but it is referred as Shukrayaan 1. Shukrayaan, in Hindi we call Venus as Shukra. Okay, that's why it is called as Shukrayaan. Yaan means vehicle, Shukra means Venus. Okay, vehicle to Venus. So I hope you understand this lecture. It was from the current affair topic. It was small, and your subscription is a form of payment for me. Please subscribe the channel, and if you have any suggestions or you want any on-demand video lectures, please ping me on my Twitter handle. Thank you.